open-ended, but sort of where are we time frame with getting out of the woods with COVID? Do you guys think? Tom, you're making funny faces. We'll start with you.
Yeah, sure. So again, we'll preface yet again that this is not my area, and anything I say is my own personal opinion and nothing more.
We should have a disclosure.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna have that flash up. You can put that right in post, right?
We'll put it's your own personal opinion backed by years of education and research in a very similar field.
Oh no.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how you want to define through the woods, right? If you want to define through the woods as cases are down, mortality is down, life is returning to normal, this is going to depend very heavily on the vaccination rollout. If kind of the ambitious plans of through summer every American is vaccinated, life within the US could start to return to normal come fall, and I will kind of just say, let's call it spring to be safe, right? Spring of 2022. The bigger picture, right, is that naturally, we're all very focused on the United States because we live here. The world is a very big place. There's somewhere around 7.5 or so billion people. We're 0.3 of that, right? How the vaccine rollout goes across the globe is going to dramatically affect how much life truly returns back to normal, right? So that could be some time, given that a lot of these countries don't have the same infrastructure that we and a lot of the other first world countries do, or developed nations do. So travel abroad could be challenging for some people. So if you want to go into your local grocery store and pick up groceries, or go to your local bar, it might be fine. But if you want to go visit somewhere in Africa or Asia or Europe, that may be very different depending on their own vaccine rollouts. That might not be till the end of the year or further. So I'd guess that, again, on the local level, like Chris said, if your own city, your own town, your own life, end of the year, beginning of next year, globally, year and a half minimum.
Katie, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm optimistic for that timeline as well. At least, yeah, in the US, right? And hopefully, the rest of the world is not far behind or ahead of us. So it definitely is variable. But I think finally there's a light at the end of the tunnel, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the accelerated timeline. So that, again, I'll say June. This is what I'm, and here's why. Here's my rationale. I saw a publication in the New York Times a couple weeks ago, and I haven't followed this up on the data side of things, so take it with a grain of salt. But it was documenting deaths in nursing homes compared to general population deaths. And what you saw was that the nursing home deaths completely diverged from the general population death rate. And the reason that they were putting forward was all of the long-term care facilities, for the most part, have been vaccinated as of December, January. By February, that population is well protected. That population makes up nearly half the deaths. I mean, in some states, it's more than that. It's 60%. So, I mean, if you could vaccinate everybody over 55, that accounts for almost 90% of all the deaths to COVID.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you don't have to vaccinate everybody to get out of the woods. You have to vaccinate everybody over 55. That's what you need to do. And so, yeah, I think that can be done faster than, say, getting everybody vaccinated. Right. Like, and even like we talked on this earlier, and I forgot to mention it, but the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, right, it seems to have a little bit of less efficacy in terms of preventing milder and severe COVID, but it doesn't seem to have a difference in efficacy when it comes to preventing death, right? So if it depends what you're concerned about, right? If we're going to call the end of COVID when people stop dying, which is probably what I would say. I mean, that would be sort of my ideal. I'm not super concerned with people getting like sick and then getting better. But if your goal is, if we're calling getting out of the woods decreasing deaths by 90%, I think you could get there by June with hyper-focused vaccination protocols, stratified on age, right? And that's
what I think a lot of states are doing. Most of them are based on age for exactly that reason. I mean, I don't think it means that we stop, once everyone over 55 is vaccinated, right? Because the longer these things can spread, you get, mutations. So I think, we should still work towards, everyone that wants it to get it. But I
Mhm.
agree that like I think when the at-risk population is vaccinated, that will be hopefully earlier. So
Mhm.
Well, hopefully, knock on wood, that Chris's prediction is more true than yours, Tom.
Hey,
All the way in next year. and hopefully we
I'm
can have our
rooting
summer
for him.
by then.
I'm
maybe
rooting for him.
maybe I'll
But
say August to be like a happy medium.
There we go.
Look at you being diplomatic.
Tom,
as
it's your last
always.
chance. Last chance to fix this prediction.
nope, this was a pandemic that was going to be over in a 3-week shutdown, and here we are, like 14 months later. So I'm not feeling optimistic about Jack.
Well, fair
Um,
enough.
I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. I'll get a mug that says I was wrong and I'm happy about it, and I'll drink out of it every damn day
Well,
until
we'll
I
mail
see
to
it.
you, don't worry.
Right. You can put my name on it, and I'll come back on the show if you'll let me and
Of
use
course. Of course.
Um,
Only if you hold it up right at the beginning. Say
Proudly.
cheers.
it proudly. I will drink through it the entire episode. But until I see it, I'm hesitant.